Hey over there, Joe Lunchbox.
And Joy Nightingale.
And today we have landed right here in Watkins Glen, New York. Now, we're gonna slow down today. No, it's true. We've been going pretty hard. Yesterday was a scary day. We were at an attraction and I stepped wrong and I fell down a flight of stairs. I personally feel it was very scary. It could have ended very badly. I was somersaulting backwards. I was watching my feet come over.
It was like two different sections. So he went down one section and then he went down another section, and it was just like, oh god.
I do say, I think I did look better than the Australian breakdancer though.
Yo, you could have at least scored points.
Yeah, at least I didn't break anything. So today, I figured what better way, because I'm all beat up, I'm all sore, I'm having problems walking, than to go to a state park and go for a long hike. That's just the way I am. We got a lot done yesterday that we thought, so we have some time today. We're not just hiking the woods. This spot has some beautiful waterfalls. We're at Watkins Glen State Park. That's not just the focus of the video. We are in the Finger Lake regions in New York. We never really been here. There's a bunch of little roadside attractions, things that you just see on the side of the road. So we're gonna slow the pace down today, take a bunch of those in, bring you along. Also, go look at the waterfalls here, because that's a cool thing. But it should be interesting. We always appreciate you tuning in. If you like this kind of stuff, we always appreciate if you like the video. If you haven't done already, subscribe to our channel. Comment down below. Did you ever fall down the stairs? Did you break anything? We hope you didn't. We love you for watching. We want you to all be okay. But it's time to do this. Step right up. Let's go for this ride. So we got our map. We're looking at this raised map. And right there it starts. They said in 1 mile we will see 19 waterfalls. There's different options. We can walk a mile in, a mile back, a mile and a half in, a mile and a half back, or after that first mile and a half, there's a shuttle bus. We have all the options. So this whole trail more or less is going up through this gorge, and we get to enjoy all the waterfalls that are coming down in it. Ooh, Watkins Glen opened as a scenic tourist attraction. It was a romantic resort. Joy, you want to have a romantic... Just know, if one day you want to come take a little walk in the woods here at Watkins Glen State Park, there are some stairs. Spooky.
It's slippery.
That's why there's handrails. Don't want to do that again, Joy.
Please don't. Sentry Bridge.
Sentry Bridge?
Yes, Sentry Bridge.
Sentry with an S, not a C though, right?
Yes.
Guy said a mile. I didn't realize it would be straight up. It's not a suspension bridge, but I get Indiana Jones feelings. We can see a hole in the wall. That is a man-made hole. At one point there was a mill here, and that hole was made to divert water through the mill. You tired, Joy? We just went up a bunch of stairs. If you need to take a break, I think there's a couch up here. There's this couch, a staircase. You just gotta go up all these stairs and you find a couch.
120, no.
Well, let's continue on the trail.
Yes.
It feels like it's raining. The water's coming down over all the rocks. But when we look back when we're coming, it definitely isn't raining yet. Just remember, if you come, the saying, slippery when wet. We are making our way to Cavern Cascades. And mind you, we're only going to hike 1 mile in, 1 mile out. And look at everything we've already seen so far. Cavern Cascades is awesome. Here we go, we're going underneath Cavern Cascades. For all your Disney fanatics. lollygag, upward and onward. This is amazing. Aren't these views gorgeous? Get it? We're going through a gorge. It's a joke. But what's crazy is we're walking up. Look at the bridge up there. This is a crazy thing to hike. This is awesome. Just think we were just down there, went under the waterfall. This waterfall, we walked under it. Now we continue up the trail, and somehow we're gonna get to that bridge. Nature always finds a way. Look at these trees holding on to the sides of the cliffs. Beautiful nature. And outfit change. A little too hot?
So hot.
All right, let's continue on. We are in the village of Watkins Glen, and this area is called Glen Cathedral. You can see why, about how vast the rock walls are going up. The little trickle going here. It's amazing. We saw all this waterfalls. There's still a little here, but smoother water.
Glen Cathedral. Notice the horizontal layers of sandstone and shale formed 380 million years ago. Look down and observe the ripples in the rock you stand upon. They were created by wave action on the bottom of an ancient seafloor that eventually turned to stone.
I can't say it enough. This is not handicap accessible. Go through a tunnel. Some more stairs. Looking at the bridge says we made it to Central Cascade. It is a pretty swimming hole, but do not swim here. It's a $250 fine per person. You know what they say, don't go chasing waterfalls. Now, not saying I would swim here because it's a $250 fine like I told you. But if the world came to an end and we all lived in the woods and hid, I would make this my swimming hole. Good bathtub. That or my fish pond. I don't know which one. We have reached the part of the trail I was excited for, Rainbow Falls. 2 cascades with the bridge. You go under the waterfall.
He's behind Rainbow Falls.
I love morning walks through the woods, going hiking like this. It's always interesting. People on trails always seem like the friendliest people in the world. I have a problem talking to people in general in public. I can talk to you guys on this because I'm talking to a camera. But, oh, if you see us in public, come say hi to us, that's fine. I just have a problem initiating conversations, let's say. But it's always amazing how you can just talk to everyone on trails. Hiking is an awesome experience. You didn't have to chase it. It didn't even try to run away. You caught it.
I actually found a really nice.
Just don't lean back to try to really catch it. No, this is a beautiful hike. If you're in upstate New York, this is the spot. I couldn't believe we're still going our first mile. How many waterfalls we have seen. So basically, we're gonna walk all these stairs up the gorge, get to a mile point, then we're just gonna turn back and walk back to where we entered the state park. And prepare for your feet to get wet. Prepare for you to get wet because water is falling off all the cliffs. Don't do like I did and only bring one pair of shoes. Joy was smart, she brought another pair. Found a little frog on the trail. Joy got good eyes. Look how tiny that frog is. And she saw him. Love it. We made it. Mile point. You were 1 mile from the main entrance and a half mile from 180 stairs that lead to the upper entrance. Now we have an option. Do we walk to the top and walk back? Do we walk back from here? Do we walk to the top, catch a shuttle? Decisions, decisions. Since I had bad luck going downstairs yesterday, why not do thousands and thousands of stairs going a mile down? It's always a little scary going down the stairs. Do you hear the roar of the water? Bye-bye Cavern Cascade. There is just a little bit more to go. Made it down to the bottom. Good way to start a day. Little 2-mile hike. I will say, I mean, it'd still be difficult, but if you don't think you could do a 2-mile hike, but you could go up some of those stairs, getting right to that Cascade Caverns is worth. It was $10 to park at the state park. It's worth paying the $10, hiking up, seeing that, and then turning down. We recommend doing the whole thing, but if you don't feel, yeah, in case you can't, I mean, obviously it isn't just an easy walk in the park that you still have stairs, but that is a cool thing to get to see.
But isn't it a walk in the park?
Well, no, it's stairs in the park. Yes, we were walking in the park on lots of staircases.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we can find in upstate New York. Before we head out, we decided to check out the gift shop. And knowing they serve wine slushies after a nice 2-mile hike, you might want a red cat, sangria, wine slushie. Some good souvenirs for the state park. I need to get a walking stick to get these. Some hat pins, some shot glasses. I guess it's wine country. There's lots of wine stuff. Ooh, postcards, my favorite. If you didn't have a hard enough time hiking it, you could have a harder time building it. Greatest souvenir ever. Rulers of the world, how do they measure up? Great women rulers, rulers of science, rulers of national parks. You see it's Teddy Roosevelt, but no, it still is a ruler. After a nice hike in the woods, makes me a little hungry. Now, we said we went from a little nature to a little roadside oddities. We always look for the world's largest, but today we are finding the world's smallest diner. There it is, Micro Diner, world's smallest diner. Cash only. Food allergies, tell us. Joy's looking at home to that $3 cheeseburgers with fried onions and pickles. Now she's looking at Southern Belle. Ooh, Pancho Villa dog. That's it right there. I think it might be a Pancho Villa dog. Meat sauce, mustard, onions, habanero cheese. That sounds perfect. It's lit. But there's no one here yet. Door is open. I opened the door, looked in, no one here. But we're gonna hang out for a few minutes. We're happy we saw it, but I want to eat in it. Now, I'm not joking when they say it's the world's smallest diner. It doesn't go into that building. This is the whole building. Joy's wingspan is way wider than this diner. We got 2 Coney Island dogs coming, meat sauce, mustard, onion. I mean, it's on the sign. How do you not get it? It's what they're advertising. And when we say small, that's all it is. It's this man in the little kitchen. That's all it fits. We insist here to eat our food. The perfect meal from the world's smallest diner. The moment I'm waiting for. My first meal at Micro Diner, the world's smallest diner. It's a good hot dog. We went hiking in Watkins Glen State Park, eating hot dogs at the world's smallest diner. This is a cool town. It was delicious. It's not like a chili dog. No, it's a nice, good meat sauce with the raw onions and the mustard. We had 2 pickles on the side that we put on top of ours. So yummy. Well, now Joy doesn't have pickle on the top of hers anymore. She ate the pickle.
I did.
Good little afternoon treat.
Much needed.
Much loved.
Much loved.
Walking around the town of Watkins Glen, I didn't know they have a vintage Grand Prix weekend. There's a lot of racing history here. One day we have to come back to that. Just taking the town in at the moment. I don't know what message they're trying to say here. Schooner is true love, and the arrow's pointing to headstones? I don't know. True love kills? What's the meaning you get out of that? We have made it to the north side of town to Seneca Lake, and we found he's always following Joy. I don't know what's up with this man. Zoltar, we understand you have a crush on Joy. He follows you everywhere.
Stalker.
So we walked to the north end of Watkins Glen because at the north end is Seneca Lake, one of the Finger Lakes. Joy and I have traveled so much of this country, but there's so much of New York we still have to see. And the Finger Lakes is one of those things. Looks like if you want to take a scenic cruise, you could. We just came to check out the water. We found true love, Joy. Oh, it was featured in the '56 movie High Society with Bing Crosby, Grace Kelly, Frank Sinatra, and Louis Armstrong. I guess it had nothing to do with those tombstones. Here it is. It was this ship, this schooner. True love. Joy, I found true love. I found it. True love. Oh, she's showing the tattoos. I was going for a hug. She blocked it with like, look at tattoos instead. Could you believe that ship is 100 years old? There it is. We have a movie poster. You see it. Bing Crosby, Grace Kelly, Frank Sinatra. Featuring Louis Armstrong, High Society. Filmed right on this boat. So there it is. Seneca Lake. One of the Finger Lakes. It's beautiful. So majestic. Great nature. It really is beautiful out there. You ready to go look for some roadside attractions?
On it.
All right. The town real estate company is showing off the houses with a Lego village. We continue down the trail of weirdness. We saw Waterfalls, they weren't weird. Ate at the world's smallest diner, but now we left Watkins Glen and we made ourselves to Trumansburg because there's some big things in this town. We went from a smallest diner to a giant. Now, we already brought you many moons ago to the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown, New York to see the Cardiff Giant. We'll actually put a link to that down below if you haven't. But here they have the Taughannock Giant. Well, this is a replica of the Taughannock Giant. First unearthed in 1879. So this replica was made in 2019 by an Ithacan artist, Anne-Marie Zwack, with the History Center of Tompkins County. Now, if you're curious what the original was unearthed in 1879. There we can see him being dug up. I guess this land was where a lot of giants were because the Cardiff Giant is only about 50 miles away from here. It is cool to make business. People would get giant stones, carve these giants, hide them, bury them, then have people like hire a construction crew. Oh, I need an outhouse over there. You should dig a hole there. And then they'd find these giants. I don't know how this one was supposedly unearthed, but I'm sure it was the same style of hoax. Because we see it was at this hotel, and I'm sure it did bring business to that hotel. Joyce doing a little deeper dive into this. It seems that a man named Ira Dean teamed up with a man named James Thompson.
John Thompson.
With a man named John Thompson.
To create the stone giant using stone dust, eggs, minerals, iron fillings, and beef blood, supposedly.
Ooh.
That sounds like almost a
And
whole
they
lunch.
hid it because they were doing renovations to the hotel, so then it would be unearthed and they'd have this giant. And it does say it drew crowds for months after he was found, so I guess the hoax worked. They did it. Those two hooligans, they made some business by tricking people thinking that there was a giant. But this one's not meant to be a hoax. They told you it's a replica. Not a real giant. So we just drove, let's say about 40 miles. What do you say, Joy?
about
50 miles.
Yeah.
Well, we got to the town of Syracuse. We're in an old Irish part of town, which has one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. As we stand in Tippery Hill Memorial Park, you see this family all looking, the father pointing. But what are they looking at? You were wondering? Do you see it? The red is on the bottom, the green is on the top. That traffic light looks backwards. The legend goes that the Irish people didn't want their green on the bottom, so they would always be throwing rocks, breaking the faces of this traffic light, and finally the town just gave in and said, okay. And they switched the traffic light so that the green is on top. We are looking at America's only upside down traffic light. It's not a world's smallest, it's not a world's biggest.
Strangest?
It's a world's upside downest. It's weird, I'll tell you that. It is cool. And it's the only traffic light, not like one a few blocks over, one a few blocks the other way. No, this is it. This one is upside down. Yellow's where yellow goes. They're still staying. They had to see the colors change. They actually got an Irish flag flying above them. All right. I know, we saw it change too. Do you think the kids in this neighborhood play it green light, red light, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? Because it's backwards. So Joy, we saw the traffic light.
We did.
The pigeons are coming out, flying around like mad. They saw it too.
Yep.
The Bronze family saw it.
Yeah.
You ready to move on?
Yeah, let's go.
We were kicking it down the road. We got to the town of Oneida, New York, because we saw the world's smallest diner early in the day. Let's keep the world's smallest going. So we are at the world's smallest church. Welcome to Oneida, New York, home of Cross Island Chapel, built in 1989, the world's smallest church. Floor area 51 inches by 81 inches. Seats 2 people, non-denominational, and open to the public upon request. Now this is available for special occasions and meditation, but they have to let you in. You can't just walk in, and you also need a boat to get to it, because as we pan to our right, we could see, there it is, the world's smallest church, sitting in the middle of a mossy pond. I guess the geese could just go whenever they want. If you travel this country and look at roadside sections, you might realize there are a lot of spots that claim the world's smallest church. But I believe it is sin to lie. So it says it's the world's smallest church. It's a religious building. They won't lie. So there it is, world's smallest church. We have some geese coming wondering what we're doing. Joy's getting intimidated. I see her wanting to run back to the car. They're like looking like, what's happening? You guys come here to pray often? It's non-denominational. No? It says only seats 2. You guys got to take turns. It's easier for you to get to your door, Joy.
Yeah.
Just go into my car. No one needs to get hurt. Don't you hiss at me. Really keeps raining on my parade. Just exited exit 29 of Interstate 90. One last stop to finish off this video. We figured it. We finished this video with a bang.
More like a bust.
Okay, maybe. Now, a lot of people, whenever they're on road trips, there are so many Buc-ee's videos out there. In case you don't know what Buc-ee's is, a massive gas station based out of Texas. They're starting to take over the South. And everyone stops and make a Buc-ee's video. I'll be honest, we even did one in 2021. We'll put a link to that down below when we were driving to Florida. But people don't know, Buc-ee is in a long-distance relationship. He has a girlfriend up here in New York, a little bit wild. She owns a chain of her own gas stations. Her name is Betty Beavers. And we're about to show you a Betty Beavers gas station. It's nothing like Buc-ee's. We don't have to show you the inside, but you'll see.
Are you guys ready for this? I don't know. Are they ready for it?
Oh, they're ready for it. Here it is. Betty Beaver's Mini Mart. Welcome to New York State, home of the beaver. The beaver is our state animal. And there is Betty the Beaver, Buc-ee's girlfriend, in case you didn't know. You could see Betty the Beaver
Well endowed.
is well endowed. It looks like she's been shoving some nuts and hoarding them in her cheeks. Yeah, because as we see on the sign, we're going to get a side profile. Betty the Beaver, bust and cheeks are both protruding from that sign. We see she is all patriotic in her red, white, and blue, pumping gas. Their slogan is, get the fever, fuel with the beaver. Do you get a fever when you fuel with the beaver? Can you believe it? You see the cheeks? You see the other thing? It's 3D! Like Joy said, we are going to finish the video with the bust. And with that being said, we went to Watkins Glen State Park. We saw some waterfalls. Then drove around upstate New York looking at weird roadside attractions. Hope this video isn't a bust for you. I think we would call it though.
I think so.
Watkins Glen State Park and roadside attractions. Been there, done that. Remember, folks, safe travels
Goodies.
and live life. No beaver nuggets here, just some beaver.